We are live again. What a glorious day it is today with the rain and the coldness. I hope you are all well. Today we shall be talking about Sadiq Khan. Sadiq Khan. Sadie. It's been good for him, but not for anyone else. I mean, living in London must suck. But nonetheless, Sadiq Khan. A few things to go through regarding Sadiq Khan today, but let me know what you think. Yo beats and tapes, hope you're well, my friend. Living the dream. Today we're putting the boot into Sadiq Khan. Because, where do you start? He's probably like the worst possible thing London's ever had. Or could ever actually have. Because remember the thing going about like done it a whole street, this and that, it does everything for Ramadan, completely ignores St. George's Day. Just right there and then you realise like Islam before the Christian country that he actually lives in and works in and gets paid by. But being the mayor of London, he's got to go. He's got to go. I'd remove his knighthood, personally. But let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of Sadiq Khan? Sadiq Khan. Got a few things that we can bring up and go through. I think it's the Express that I found a couple of articles which I thought were very interesting. Might float your boat, might not. But let me know what you think about Sadiq Khan in the comments. And yes, Trump is due to be here tomorrow, I think it is. And people are planning on obviously protesting. They can protest over a bloomin' Bourbon biscuit because they want their custard cream. Do you know what I mean? It's getting ridiculous on this planet. But, I mean, get out and bloody protest against Sadiq Khan. I'll tell you, you would not believe how much that bloke now gets paid. This man gets paid ridiculous amounts. If you think you know how much Sadiq Khan gets paid, have a guess, tell me in the chat. Because it will be coming up. And it's a lot more than what you think. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. You see the video, what, of Sadiq Khan? Not the one where it's like, what do you think in regards to the grooming gangs? I'm sorry, could you break that down and explain what you actually mean, please? That one. Oh, Sadiq Khan. It's possibly the worst thing that ever happened in London. 3 terms he got, and that's because we don't go out and vote. But obviously, being that he's a Muslim, all the Muslims went out and voted. Who would they vote for? So it's our fault. But if you think you know how much Sadiq Khan gets paid in a year, have a guess. Get in the comments. You'll win nothing other than knowing that you guessed correctly. And no Googling it as cheating. But let me know what you think. Oh, the Trump protest video. No, I've not seen a Trump protest video. I know they normally like with the big orange character thing they do for him, but that's hilarious. But we could do with a Trump in London rather than Sadiq Khan. But like I say, I've got a couple of articles. I think it's from the Express. It's quite sinister, really, with the world of Sadiq Khan. What he knows is going on and what he actually does about it are 2 very different things. And I think maybe the fact that he lied about knife crime. Did you hear that he saying how knife crime had dropped in London? And then they said, no, it's gone up. He actually lied. Sadiq Khan lied about knife crime. What can I say? What can I say? The man's an idiot. I don't like him at all. I don't even live in London. But let me know what you think in the comments about Sadiq Khan. I'll read them out. We'll get them up on screen. I'll give you a shout out in the process. It's over. I've seen it on the Lotus Eaters pod just now. I haven't seen it now. I missed out on the Donald Trump. I'll have to look after this because today I've just been like, boom, Sadiq Khan, Sadiq Khan. But we'll talk about that, and obviously people might have their own views on him, so they can let me know in the chat. But Yeah, I've got a couple of articles, like I said, from the Express. We've got the article where you see how much he gets paid. Wow. But I mean, as you can tell by the title, I'm the sack him and remove his knighthood corner type person because he's done nothing for London. I mean, blimey. Even people in London are like, I know people in London. They're like, it's awful. It's awful. So, what is Sadiq Khan there for? What's the whole purpose other than having Ramadan all down up and down the streets, and then banning St George's Day in a Christian country? Islam before London. You can see the problem, can't you? I hope you all got your copies, unless you got something stronger because you've had a hard day. But jump in the comments and let me know what you think, people. Sadiq Khan. Good, bad, deceitful, little bit sinister. Yeah, he gets paid more than me. I can tell you that. But I've got it. Would you actually like to know first, before we get into how bad he is at everything else, would you like to actually see how much this man gets paid? Would you like to see? I can hear, hell yeah! It's ridiculous. And it's literally just increased. That's the funny thing. He's like, literally just had a pay rise. For doing what? For doing what? Are you ready to see? Shall I bring out the big title bit and then I'll scroll down? Is that so you can see it in massive writing right across the screen? Are you ready? Hold on to your chairs. This is how much Sadiq Khan gets paid every year for doing nothing in London. Boom! He's just got a pay rise from 165 to 170,000 pound a year. What? Hang on, geez. Who come up with that? 170 grand a year to do nothing. And then to sit there in that meeting he had. Do you think grooming gang problem is a problem in London? Can she break down what she means, please? The man's an idiot. How do you get 170 grand a year for being London mayor and do nothing? Tell me, people. Jump in the chat. Tell me. 170 grand. It's just over 170 actually. So let me scroll down a little bit more so you can see. Sir Sadiq Khan. Sir Sadiq. Oh, I ain't calling him sir. Sad Sadiq Khan's salary has increased to more than 170,000 bones, which appears to have made him the best paid politician in the country for doing nothing and for lying and for being awkward and for not answering questions. The London mayor has accepted a £5,281 pay rise. Well, he's not going to say no, is he? Like, would you accept a £5,281 pay rise for doing nothing? Yes, you would. Meaning his annual salary has increased from £165,001 to £170,282. This is thought to be almost £1,000 higher than the Prime Minister's current salary. How can a London mayor get paid more than a Prime Minister? This has got dodgy dodge written all over it. Has it not? Are you all thinking like that's a bit dodge? I mean, it's crazy. How on earth? Yeah, you can lend me 10 grand and all. Blimey heck. That's ridiculous. £170,000 for doing nothing though. Yeah, you can lend me 10 grand, mate. According to the House of Commons Library, Sir Keir Starmer is entitled to £93,904 as an MP and accepts £75,440 as a ministerial salary, making a total of £169,344. So the useless, let's do absolutely nothing and ignore everything type London mayor gets paid more than an absolutely useless Prime Minister. You couldn't make it up. That's some serious salaries for doing seriously nothing. Nothing for the people. Sadiq does nothing for the people in London. And as we all know, Keir Starmer does absolutely nothing for the country in any shape or form. So, how does that work? However, Keir, I'm not using sir in any shape or form when I'm talking about Sadiq Khan or Keir Starmer, because they don't deserve it. They should never, ever have got it. Keir would earn more than the mayor if he claimed his full ministerial allowance of 80,807. The increase in the mayor's salary of 3.2% is linked to the local government settlement, the amount awarded to town hall staff across the country, and follows recommendations from an independent panel. So there's all these people out there like the NHS, this, that and everything else, severely underpaid, working ridiculous hours, and then you have all these strikes because people want more money, and then without even battering an eyelid, the useless London mayor gets a 3.2% pay rise. Have a word, people. Have a word. How does that work? A spokesman for Sadiq said following an independent review last year, the Great London Authority has a uniform process in place to determine annual salary increases for the mayor and London Assembly members for the duration of this term. Well, how come no one else can get a pay rise? But, this ensures that any potential pay increases are determined in an impartial, fair and simple way. So they're basically trying to condone it. Linked to the local government pay settlement. This is independent of the mayor and the GLA and in line with long-standing practice. See, they're getting all that in there. So, because they know people are going to be in uproar. People like me are going to be like, you what? Tell me in the comments if you think the London mayor job, 170 grand for Sadiq Khan, is just a little bit OTT, more than a Prime Minister. I mean, have a word. Have a word, ladies and gents. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Like, what? But a pay rise, they're trying to condone it. That's what they're doing. Following the conclusion of this year's agreement, the mayor and assembly members have received the local government 3.2% salary increase. What about the NHS? What about the police officers, the good ones? There's people out there that put their life on the line. There's people out there that actually save lives. And you've got the London mayor who does absolutely nothing for London. And just like that, he gets 3.2% pay rise. You can see why people, this is like two-tier payments, two-tier wages. The number of City Hall staff has grown to reflect the significant increase in the mayor's powers and responsibilities since Sadiq was first elected. Oh, Betty, yeah, give him more powers and responsibilities. Of what? What's he doing? What is he doing? New posts have been created to ensure the mayor can best respond to emergencies, deliver record devolved skills funding, improve health and care for Londoners, and continue to build a fairer, safer and greener London for everyone. What's he on about? Absolutely no. There's literally no point whatsoever in the whole planet that this silly little country goes green. That's just silly. Our carbon footprint of 1.2%. Bearing in mind China goes up by how many percent every year? Like, we're irrelevant. But is he just making stuff up and to get more staff? So there's more staff today for the London mayor than before, yet the London mayor is doing less. And he's achieving less. And the people like him less. What? 2 months ago, it was revealed that Sadiq's deputy mayors and top aides have received annual increases. The mayor himself had yet to decide whether to accept a pay rise. Oh, the trauma. Oh, shall I? I don't. I need to sit down. Oh, I've had a whole day doing nothing. I need to sit down and think about, shall I accept a pay rise for doing nothing? Traumatic, isn't it, for Mr. Khan? The new salary was quietly published on the Greater London Authority website as part of the mayor's official biography and job specification. Oh, but it was sneaky. Look at that. Terrible. The mayor's role, there's no point reading on from that because, like, whatever the role is, he doesn't do it. Doesn't. Beats and tapes. They never do anything good and creative with their money. Though, so why do they need so much money for? Oh, because they can give it the big I am. They do. They buy a third, fourth, and fifth house and then just avoid all the tax. Doing an Angela Rayner. Isn't it? Literally. But that's. Oh. He's useless. He does nothing. Come on, ladies and gents. It comes as the number of staff working at City Hall has increased by 9% in the last year to a record 1,615 people, including 90 agency staff. Wow. That's going to cost a few quid. This includes 241 people who work in strategy and communications, 357 in good growth, and 254 in housing and land. Are they making this stuff up? Is this actually like real? Are they making this stuff up? As of March 31st, the average City Hall salary was 62,537, but 238 people earned 80 grand or more, of which 68 earned £100,000 or more. Wow, we're paying a lot to get absolutely nothing. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, who comes up with these ideas? Yes, James, exactly that. He needs to go. I mean, he's useless. James is on the ball. We're on the same page, James. But, I mean, I don't get it. I don't even understand how he got a knighthood for doing absolutely nothing. Knife crime's going up. He claims it went down. So he's lying blatantly. Now, oh, let's give him a knighthood. Let's give him £170,000 so he gets paid more than the Prime Minister. Who comes up with these ideas? And all this money, blimey heck. Some 50 people work in the Mayor's office. Ooh. Where 2/3 of aides earn at least 80 grand. About 20 people take home six-figure salaries. But they're not doing anything in the Mayor's office. What are they on about? The total GLA headcount has increased by 129. So it's all taxpayers' money, is it? Paying these people to do nothing? It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh. Emma Best, a deputy leader. Deputy? What's the deputy? Come on, Wiz. Deputy leader of the City Hall Conservatives said many Londoners will be infuriated to learn of the increase in City Hall staff at a time the number of police stations open to the public is being slashed. I rest my case. What was I saying? You ain't going to be happy. Emma Best said the concept of value for money is alien in Khan's City Hall as he continues his out-of-control expansion. We have continued to argue for a reduced headcount at the GLA to save millions that could be invested into frontline services. These figures today remind us exactly why we argue for this and why London so desperately needs change. Yeah, change. Goodbye, Sadiq Khan. I mean, wow. According to annual workforce data presented to the London Assembly, the number of posts across the GLA has increased to 1,687, though only 1,525 were occupied. The headcount has increased from 1,100 just before the pandemic. 1 in 6 GLA staff earn 80 grand or more. Wow. I don't really know what to say about that, but you know, you get the idea. Don't have to keep going on, do I? But yeah, I bet he does and all. I bet he does. Top Gear, yeah. Do you know, that's the first thing that popped into my head, and I thought, I'm not saying it, James May, it's just too easy. I'm not the James May. That would have been hilarious. But it was too easy, James. I didn't say it. You had to have Beats and Tapes, the moderator in the chat had to say it. I mean, I apologise for Beats and Tapes. But that's funny. His stealth mode, it really is the one. But there you have it. I mean, that does wind you up, doesn't it? But there you have it. £170,282 a year to be London Mayor doing nothing. Don't worry, it's funny. Yes. But at least I was man enough to say, like, you know, it's too obvious. I won't say anything. So yeah, there. Everyone will be like, why is he doing that? It's because of that. So you get it back. You get it back double. Ooh. So yeah, happy days. That's a cool name though, isn't it? But anyway, what article I will have now after going through it? I cannot believe he gets paid that much. I'm just in shock. Hence why I had to do it. Let me just get rid of that. Where's the let's get rid of the old the funeral. Try and line it up nicely, look, because London grooming gang evidence that he must resign now. Yes, see, happy days. Yes, he must. Because did you hear, like, with regards with John Wedger, is it? I've seen him on James English podcast, a few others, Sean Atwood and everything. That's when I used to watch Sean Atwood, but I don't now because he was platforming Julia Wandale, the one lying about being Madeleine McCann, which is sick and twisted. The Mayor of London has presented himself as fighting to end violence against women and girls, but apparently that doesn't extend to the victims of grooming gangs. Look at a little peanut head. I never liked him. Sadiq Khan likes to present himself as a leading voice in the fight to end violence against women and girls. So it's strange that he is so evasive when it comes to grooming gangs. Like I said, did you see the video where the woman says about grooming gangs in London? Oh, can you ask her to be more specific? And then I can answer the question. Oh, can you ask her to be more specific? What does she actually mean by that? I mean, I've heard some responses in my time, but that was just hilarious. I mean, he's just like, he does not want to say anything, don't want to admit nothing. And that makes me ask, like, why? Why would he say such stupid responses? I mean, there's something sinister going on and he knows. So why is he being so ignorant and being so arrogant about it? Time and again, he's been asked in the London Assembly to comment on whether the capital city has suffered the same type of systematic trafficking of girls as has occurred in towns like Rochdale or Rotherham. Yep, that's what I was on about in that London Assembly when he was saying that. But each time he finds a way to slither out of it. In fact, the capital's mayor refuses to even say the phrase grooming gangs. Because Sadiq Khan is obviously doing something about the grooming gangs, like ignoring it. There you go. The question is why? Why would a man who spends hundreds of thousands of pounds on ads telling men to say mate to misogynists being so testy about grooming gangs? Every time the mayor is asked about grooming gangs, he deflects and starts talking about kids in London being exploited by drug gangs. That's because they know, and of course, obviously, don't forget, you know, we're Islamophobic by saying it's all like the Pakistani groups and this and that, and it always seems to be those sort of associated, should we say, associated with Islam. But you're not allowed to say that. No, Islamophobe. So he has no decency. Nope. None at all. None at all. How do I say that? Skick. Is that Skick? That's a different name. That's cool. Skick. Not long ago, Khan was outside Milton Keynes prison campaigning for the early release of jihadi prisoners. Wow. There you go. So I didn't know that, Skick. Thanks for the heads up there. Didn't know that. That does not surprise me. At all. That's terrible. Wow. Anyone else know anything about Sadiq Khan that I don't know? Let's see. Why on earth would anyone? Oh yes, because he's a Muslim. I think he's a practicing. Is it Sunni? I think he's Sunni rather than Shia. But it's terrible. Shirley Florence, welcome Shirley. Get this, traitor gone. He is anti-British and wants our country to be Pakistan. Exactly. But you're not allowed to say that because that's Islamophobic. Sorry, Shirley, Islamophobic, mate. But yeah, that is exactly it. I mean, I've said earlier when I was saying my bit, it's literally like he's anti-British. I don't get it. Because he done the Ramadan thing, but then ignored St. George's Day. I mean, it's terrible. I don't get it. I don't get it. And yeah, he'd be more than happy for it to probably become like an Islamic State. That's what they do. Cry about Islamophobia, this, that, and everything else, and then use that in order to keep pushing their agenda. I mean, can you imagine London, the capital of England, being an under Islamic rule or something like that? I mean, that's when you know, like, your country's doomed. But that's what they're aiming for. It's terrible. If he has phobias and believes in his isms, well, there's pills and therapy. Pills and therapy, yeah. But things though, Islamophobia is like arachnophobia. When you've got an irrational fear of spiders, you've got an irrational fear of Islam. That doesn't make sense. Who has an irrational fear? No one's irrational. It's rational because you've learnt about it. You understand it. Sharia law, Sharia courts. You understand what's written about Christians and Jews in the Quran and the Hadiths. We know. So it's nothing to do with like Islamophobia. That's what I'm saying. The word doesn't exist. But that's what Sadiq Khan does claim as well. Oh, I have been fighting like Islamophobia and this and that. No. Well, Skick, I've got a theory about this. He gets voted in because people aren't voting, and those that do are Muslim. So they're going to vote for the Muslim. I think that's why. And it's probably come down to sort of in theory being our faults for not, because I don't vote. I don't. I'll be honest. Never have, never will. I just do not trust politicians, full stop, ever. And everything they say, just in one ear, out the other. And then, because by the time they get voted in, they're like, right, now we're here, then we don't care. Don't care about the people, we're in. That's it. And they start doing all this weird stuff. And maybe it's to help their mates who've got their businesses to make even more millions. But I genuinely think maybe because we didn't go out and vote enough, say, in London, in the London area. And those that did were Muslim, hence he got voted in. 3 terms he's done, and it's not because he's good, so it's got to be something on the lines of more Muslims were voting. But I'm not saying I'm right on that, I'm just saying I'm trying to think, that to me that would probably be a good answer, because no one in their right mind would be voting him in for 3 terms on the quality of his work and his achievements, because there isn't any. So if Islam was good, then there wouldn't be a city in his country called Islamabad. Islamabad. Yeah, exactly that. I mean, but you can see all these countries, well, you see the state of Palestine and everything, that's just awful. Boris Johnson pedalled around London and Khan as 2 armoured Range Rover with bodyguards. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, because I think it's all about image and his ego with Khan. Do you know what I mean? Why else would he want all these Range Rovers and bodyguards? Oh, look at me, I'm the London mayor, I'm doing absolutely nothing. Do you know what I mean? So I think they could rename Islamabad to Islam is Bad. That'd be a good country name. But yeah, I genuinely reckon it's because more Muslims were voting than Christians. Or non-Muslims, I should say. But then, for that, oh no, I'm Islamophobic. Poor me. But anyway, his position seems to be that London has somehow not been blighted by scandals like those that rock the towns of northern England, and it's better, therefore, to focus resources on children being groomed to sell narcotics. The man's deluded. He's quite ignorant to the truths and facts. What do you think? In fact, he's gone so far as to suggest that anyone who levels accusations about his city having grooming gang problems is making a false, malicious or politically motivated attack. I rest my case. See, he does not want to admit it. London's got problems. He lied about knife crime going down when it's going up, and then he's coming out with... See what I mean? As soon as you say anything, oh, it's malicious. Oh, it's false. Oh, it's Islamophobic. Oh, it's a politically motivated attack. I mean, the sooner like there's another vote about mayor and get him out, the better. But one thing I will say is like being that it's British politics, rightly or wrongly, you might agree with me, you might not. It's not a problem. But I was thinking that it would be unwise for the country to actually elect people in to office as MPs or anything else if they are not Christian or atheist or whatever, agnostic. Because if you start voting in people that are Islam in a Christian country, things could go seriously wrong. And they would, like they did in Scotland, start forcing through certain agendas and narratives that suit the world of Islam and all Muslims and completely sort of work against the fact that it's a Christian country. So I think that should stop. So if someone turns around and, I want to be voted in, I'm a Muslim, I follow Islam, Islam is my life, like Shabana Mahmood, they shouldn't be allowed to take any type of position because obviously they will work against a Christian country. So yes, we do need to call them out. I mean, people are sort of getting the gist and sort of protesting more like they did with that massive march September the 13th with Tommy Robinson, which they were calling racist and fascist and had anti-racist and anti-fascist people there, which made zero sense. It shows how twisted they are to try and make out that these people are racist or fascist because they want to look after their country or they want to be proud of their flag. I mean, it's ridiculous. The narratives and the agendas, it's awful. Yeah, start a petition. Yeah, it wouldn't take long to get rid of someone like Sadiq Khan, I don't think. Or Keir Starmer. London is so good and safe, people think they will get stabbed or robbed if they go there. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, even when my security days, I've done some jobs in London. Believe you me, it's not comfortable, especially being a security guard. I worked in the Wembley Arena and a couple of venues, but yeah, blimey heck, it's not comfortable. You got to be like seriously alert. You got to be on the old Monster or Red Bull. You got to be so awake and alert. I mean, blimey, yeah, London. Even when I was working security, it's probably one of the worst places, or where I personally felt like, whoa, do you know what I mean? Out of all the places that I worked, so. But anyway, right, where was I? Yeah. Accusing people of false, malicious, and political motivated attacks. Yep, but that sums it up because he's literally got nothing to say, no argument, so you just start throwing things out like that. Well, it might be possible to level such an allegation at his political opponents in City Hall. I find it utterly baffling that he'd accuse a former Met Police detective of lying. I think that's regards John Wedger, that one. But that's what he did when I approached him with John Wedger's story. Oh, there we go then. Looks like I got this from the Express, so if you actually want to read it in your own time and actually read it properly and not have me mispronounce words, because I'm an amateur. Wedger is a retired officer. You might have seen John Wedger, like I said, on things like, is it James English, Sean Atwood, and all of it. He has been going around like doing podcasts. It's very, very interesting what he says. And I have to be honest, from what I've seen of it, I never once sort of thought, oh my, he's telling porkies. Not once. So, but I don't know the bloke, obviously. I'm just saying from what I've watched and that. So, Wedger is a retired officer turned whistleblower who's simply calling for a proper investigation into the huge number of grooming gang victims he identified while working as a Metropolitan Police officer. And you can't lie about that, can you? Because obviously, as soon as they start doing their due diligence, they'll be like, that's wrong, and it get called out within 30 seconds. So, they're trying to guilt trip us, but it's not working anymore. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Definitely guilt tripping. They love a guilt trip. What, John Wedger? I was talking with Electra Doc. He said he knew people, and I'm like, Tell him about the whiz, mate. Tell him this channel's growing. Get him in for an interview. So if you know John Wedger, whether he would come here for an interview or not, I don't know. But you probably mean you know him as of on the internet rather than know him personally. But you know, we need to pick a really good candidate for the next mayor election. I do like Susan Hall, but she is not a great speaker. Yeah. Yeah. But then maybe she could have some speaking classes because she could be good as a mayor. I mean, I've got no issue having a woman. It's who's best for the job. None of this DI rubbish. It's who's best for the job. Watched John since around 2014. Blimey. Well, what was it now? 2024. Oh, yeah, you've watched him before me then. So, not in person. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, no, I've not seen him. I've not known of him for long. Maybe couple of years, maybe. I'd say. I knew him before my heart attack, which was last July. So I knew him before that. So at least a year. But yeah, I didn't get the impression that, like, he tells Porky's always just saying it, like, you know, to get likes and comments on people's videos and whatnot. You know, he seemed quite honest to me. But I don't know him. He showed me his police notebook from the time. Reports he prepared for other agencies and a raft of evidence submitted to the 2022 inquiry into child sex abuse. As information goes, it's hard to find anything so solid. So he's literally backed up what he said with paperwork. And you're not going to have whatever information in a police notebook because she just decided to sit there and have a few vodkas and make it up. It's just... So, like you say, it's hard to find anything so solid. So, even the person who's writing this for the Express, he obviously, from what he's seen, is like that's like what we call concrete evidence, would you not say? So it sort of backs up that he's probably... yeah, I like that. It just melts. Sadiq Khan. I like that one. Keb Damon, welcome, my friend. I think that's the first time I've seen you there. But, yeah, Chocolate Fire Girl. He's a chocolate teapot. Oh, you can't say anything like that. That's being Islamophobic because he's a Muslim. Ooh. You know how it goes. But, yeah, it's ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, even for what we were seeing here, it's John Wedger's genuine. But instead of listening, Khan is dismissing his claims outright. See, why would you do that? As soon as something's said, no, dismissed. What? Why would you do that? That's not right. It's petty, disgusting, and should see him removed from office because by calling these stories false, he's also calling the victims liars, and that should never stand. Exactly. Why is it... Why am I only finding out about this now? How on earth can you just dismiss any sort of claim outright without ever actually looking into whatever it may be? Because it doesn't matter what it is. Like, blimey, people look into UFOs and aliens, but you're telling me you can't look into something where John Wedger actually has loads of evidence, can prove what he's saying, but you just dismiss it. But you'd go and but you'll be hunting down ET like your life depends on it. How does that work? Come on, people. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat, geese. Tell me. Just dismissing it. Let me know in the chat what you think. Because, I mean, understanding that, like what you can see there on screen, look, he's got a notebook and this and that and everything else. If you were London Mayor, would you dismiss it? No. You'd be quite worried. But Khan's so arrogant and up his backside, it's because he knows it's going to reflect badly on Islam. That's why. So I reckon there's the powers that be in Islam are probably paying him on the sly. Maybe not. to say, right, yep, don't do anything, don't go that way because that's gonna be not good for Islam. And then like Tommy Robinson gets called an Islamophobe and racist because he points out, like he did in Luton, the fact that it was all Pakistani men and men of like the Islamic faith. But people don't get in Islam, a woman is only worth half that of a man. They're held in the same regard as a dog or a donkey. Like, if your dad's worth £1.5 million, the son will inherit 1 million. The daughter, 500,000. Because she's only worth half that of a male. And they actually see it as a reward to, not as a reward, as, what do you call it? Like a claim to fame, if they can actually destroy Western women's lives through the rape and sexual assaults and everything. I mean, there was even a Muslim woman saying, yeah, that Western women deserve it. You're like, you what? So, I mean, you got to think about, it's a whole different mentality. That's the problem, I think. And Khan's actually trying to paint over it and get rid of it, and yeah. The mayor also needs to understand is that these scare tactics won't work. He won't silence survivors by pretending the crimes against them didn't take place. We can't do that. That's awful. Their voices are going to be heard, and at the Express we will do everything to make sure they are. See that? Or that's good for the Express, because they're obviously they're not gonna drop it, are they? I'm already speaking to survivors who are disgusted by the mayor's behaviour and have no doubt that number will grow. So if you have a story that Mr. Khan needs to listen to, please get in touch. There you go. That's express.co.uk, calling out for people, etc. So at least they're on the ball. They're on the ball, because that's, wow. The actual mayor go, no, you are not a victim of crime because I said so. What? We have evidence. No, never happened. And you're telling me how Sadiq Khan still got his job? No one should ever be told what they're saying is a lie when there's evidence. But like I said, I think it's because Sadiq Khan's worried about bringing Islamic faith into disrepute. And if you read the Qurans and the Hadiths, it is anyway. Like Sahih al-Bukhari 51:34. I say that in nearly every stream. Married Aisha when she was 6, consummated the marriage when she was 9. That's what they think about women and girls. Prepubescent girls, I might add. So, I mean, why is Sadiq Khan covering his tracks? Or covering everyone else's tracks? I don't get it. I do not get it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Get in the comments and tell me what you think. This is a different report, but with regards to the grooming gangs. But it's still very relevant. But it's like, you'd only need, this is like the second story, obviously. But you'd only need the first story to think Sadiq Khan out. I mean, who's got the power to sack the London mayor? I assume the Prime Minister. Could the King? He's got to go. He's doing too much damage. And to make out there's, like, I don't know, how many victims? 50, 60 or more? And then he wants to say, but they're all lying. And then dismisses it just out of hand. That's it. That's not good. That's actually really worrying, because how do you think that will affect women in the future and young girls in the future about coming forward about other crimes? They'll be like, well, the Mayor of London's not listening, so why would anyone else? And if it weren't for John Wedger coming out and whistleblowing, we probably would never have known. I mean, we got what we got from Tommy Robinson with regards to Luton. But he's now classed as fascist, Islamophobe and racist. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Let me just close that little bit there. I'll zoom it in so you can actually see what I'm seeing and reading it. But retired Detective John Wedger says he's identified at least 52 victims of abuse by sex gang targeting care homes in London. So literally care homes in London. But Sadiq Khan's like, no, didn't happen. Didn't happen, mate. No. That's John Wedger there on the right. And that's Peanut. Sadiq Khan is facing pressure to resign over his failure to accept there is a grooming gang problem in London. See, this was actually written after the article we just read, but this is still express.co.uk because, like it said in their thing, they're not letting it go. They are writing it, and they're looking for all and everyone that was involved in any shape or form as victims to come forward. So express.co.uk, it's a thumbs up from me, and hence why I use both articles from them, because when I read them originally I was like, they're on the ball. But yeah, I mean, how can you not resign? It comes after a police whistleblower revealed to the Express that the horrific crime has been rife in London for 20 years. And he's on his third term as London Mayor. 20 years. But he wants to say, no, never happened. Over the course of 2025, the London Mayor has dodged questions on the topic on 9 separate occasions. But now, a former Metropolitan Police detective has claimed there was a cover-up. Wow. 9 occasions. The London Mayor's ignored it, and he doesn't get sacked. How is that humanly possible? How many mistakes do you get to do at work that are super serious and you don't get fired? Do you know what I mean? None. As soon as you've done a boo-boo, that's it, out. Decorated former detective John Wedger claims he uncovered a trove of evidence suggesting that there is organised sexual exploitation of children in the capital on a level that goes way beyond notorious scandals in towns like Rotherham or Rochdale. So basically, it's literally huge in London. And Sadiq Khan's like, no, it's not. I'd actually uncover kids from the age of 9 to 14 that were being trafficked for prostitution on an industrial scale. 9 to 14 years old, ladies and gents. They were being sold in crack houses, swapped for 9 rocks of crack, then taken to hotels to have sex with builders that were working in central London. After that, the kids would then be taken to upmarket Arab restaurants in Mayfair around the Curzon Street, where they would be traded for as much as £2,000 each. That was happening on a daily basis. Wow. And Sadiq Khan actually makes out it doesn't happen. I mean, what? Kev Damon, Sad IQ says 26 arrests, disgusting, and yet how many arrested at the Notting Hill Carnival, but it says it was peaceful. Exactly. I mean, the narratives or their chosen agendas are so obvious, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Graham Holiday, welcome Graham. Khan is a poison pixie, I like that, poison pixie, and pretends he doesn't understand straightforward questions. Yeah, you've seen what I've seen, haven't you? Oh, could you actually sort of break down what you're saying there, and I can answer it? Can you say what you actually mean? Grooming gangs in London. I don't know what you mean. Can you break it down? I mean, it's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. But yeah, I mean, blimey. What can I say? Whilst working in the London borough of Haringey, I hope you say it like that, Wedger said he identified 52 potential victims of sex abuse ring that took children from care homes, 6 of whom were in dire need of help. Oh, it's awful, isn't it? No one there to help them. It makes you think like, oh. It's hard. It's bad enough to think like a kid, when your kid falls over and gets hurt. You're like, oh. But let alone going through all this as a child, and there's no one there to help him. No one. And you got Sadiq Khan going, but it never happened. However, when he presented these findings to senior police officers and representatives from the local council, he claims his efforts to safeguard victims and bring perpetrators to justice were blocked. Well, what does that tell you then? Is it like there's something going on with senior police officers and the people at the council as well? Like, are they getting payoffs? Are they a part of it? Are they actually part of the problem? Why on earth, at any point, would you block something so serious? Why would you do that unless you're involved or some sort of financial whatever? His cop bosses also stonewalled details, reports about grooming gangs operating Tower Hamlets, Croydon and Westminster. And Tower Hamlets, that's, wow, the Muslim population there is ridiculously high. It's like 29.6% or something. 28.6%, something like that. I was told if I ever mentioned what I'd uncovered, I would lose my home, job and children. He claimed because this would balls up the Metropolitan Police past, present and future. To back up his claims, the whistleblower showed the Express his police notebook from the time and contemporary reports sent to superiors, as well as his detailed statement submitted to the 2022 independent inquiry into child sex abuse. Wedger says he had been invited to participate in the upcoming inquiry commissioned by Keir Starmer in June. The former detective said Mr. Khan should be removed immediately for repeatedly refusing to accept the problem and continuing a policy of willful neglect that he felt amounted to an act of malfeasance in high office. Well, basically, yes. I mean, I have to agree. Do you agree? He added, Sadiq Khan is a threat to the safety of vulnerable young children of every ethnic and class. He's dangerous and is the donkey leading the lions when it comes to child sex abuse. In February, the mayor rejected a proposal for a £4.49 million independent inquiry into the presence of grooming gangs in London. Why? That's a whole lot of money, but it's worth every single penny if it literally reveals all and gets rid of all, surely. So why would you reject a proposal? If they're willing to give you that much money to boom, get in there, let's investigate grooming gangs and everything and sort London out, especially that seedy side of it, why would you say no? And being the mayor of London, you'll be like, oh yeah, thanks for the money, yeah, let's do that. Would you not? And what about all the victims? The Hun 207, welcome. Thank you for commenting. This Sadiq spat in the face of a female member of his staff. This was reported but then hushed up. He is a racist, horrible, evil man. He actually, is there anything about that? I'm just writing that down. I'm going to. I bet was that all hushed up as well? I'm writing it down so I don't forget that. Khan spat in face. Woman. I make a lot of notes because I like to look into things after. Because I do take note of what people say, and I'm like, oh, that can go in another live stream. But that sums him up. Kev Damon, subscriber. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it. Because a lot of what I talk about, for some reason, YouTube, especially on my YouTube Shorts and on my TikToks, which I might have to stop, they keep shadow banning all my stuff. It's really annoying because I'm talking about what they don't want me to talk about, basically, I expect. But I appreciate you subscribing, Kev. Thank you very much. I've got thingies all going now. I've got it all set up. Took me a while, but I have set up the channel memberships. I think I've got super chats. I've got Ko-fi. I've got everything going on, but I don't really say much about it because I'll be honest. The fact I got monetized, I was quite surprised, but I never done it for the money because I don't need the money. But maybe I could maybe get some money in for the actual channel so I can get out and about and do whatever. But I don't know. Make it up as I go along, geez. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because how on earth would we not be told that you spat in the face of someone? That's disgusting. I'll tell you, if that was actually my missus and he done that, I'd be in that office. I would have got arrested. So I'm like, I'm not being funny. He spat in her face. Bang. I would. I wouldn't have that. But coincidence, Inspector. Yep, I see that. Yes, definitely. I'm not going to put it on the screen. Yeah, I am. That's a good way of saying his name. I like it. I like it. But the fact that he's willing to literally ignore how many victims of sex crimes, the fact that he spat in a woman's face does not surprise me. Because like I say, in Islam, women are only worth half that of a man, and they are in the same regard as a dog or a donkey. So, excuse me. So, as gross as that was, I was like, whoa. It doesn't overly surprise me that he would do such a thing. But anyway, rejecting a proposal for a 4.49 million independent inquiry. That's just like, I don't get that. You'd be straight on it going, yeah, please do that. Would you not? This is in addition to the 9 occasions he refused to answer questions by Conservative politicians from the London Assembly about how many sex abuse rings might exist. That was in the other report I read as well, wasn't it? 9 occasions. I mean, there's something going on here. He's literally playing like hopscotch. Wedger was appalled by one such exchange between the Mayor and the London Assembly member Susan Hall, in which she asked him 9 times about grooming gangs, and his response was to call for her to clarify what she meant. Oh, that's what I was saying as well, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, what do you mean by that? Oh, sorry, can she actually say what she means by that? Grooming gangs in London. Yeah, I don't know what she means, mate. Do you know what? Sack him. It's simple as, isn't it? Oh, shame she couldn't do it there and then. So do you know what? As the leader of the London Assembly, you're fired. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Wedger believes Khan's behaviour in these sessions, footage of which has gone viral, because I've seen it, was contributing to an environment where police officers who speak out about child abuse are bullied and crushed, and suggested that dismissive answers could potentially push survivors of abuse to unaliving themselves. Yeah. And that's probably a very, 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 very true statement, without a doubt. Because, I mean, what else do you do if no one's listening? It's disgusting. He's that small, he probably spat on a knee. Yeah. Yeah, little peanut, isn't he? What is it, about 4'2"? Yeah. Definitely. Lisa Patton, thank you for commenting, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you for watching. He's disgusting, should be removed ASAP. Yes. I think we are all in agreement that definitely after, especially what I've been reading. I mean, he really is a horrible, horrible man. How'd you get to be London Mayor once, let alone 3 times? There's something dodgy going on. It's disgusting. A survivor of an East London grooming gang who spoke to the Express on the condition of being anonymous said she was disgusted by the Mayor's response. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Blimey heck. The way he's been acting is disgusting. Oh my God, there's us in the chat and me saying disgusting. Boom. She said, it's hard enough for victims of sexual abuse to come forward as it is. So to have a man with the power Sadiq Khan holds, pulling faces and making snide remarks in response to questions about grooming gangs only enables perpetrators. Exactly. I think we're all on the same page there, aren't we? I mean, responding to Wedger's revelations, Miss Hall said, These abusers have been going on for years now, and we know that well-meaning people have been silenced for raising the alarm. Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. You raise an alarm and everyone's like, don't worry about it. It's a serious alarm. No, not really. Can you explain to me what you mean by alarm? It is my sincere wish that authorities of all parties, organisations and responsibilities will take this horrific crime seriously and work together without fear or favour to get the victims the justice they deserve, the justice they need. Yep, and I genuinely think the only way you're going to get that is to get rid of Khan. He has to go. If you can get him out, and then maybe the new mayor, I'll be London mayor. I'll be straight on that. I'll be like, give me that 4.49 million. I'll appoint John Wedger as one of those at the top to do whatever they got to do. I'll be having meetings with him every single week to make sure everything's been done. And what can be done will be done. And John Wedger knows exactly where to go, what to do, who to talk to, what statements to take, everything. Don't care how high up in the world it goes. Just crack on and get to the bottom of it and literally just destroy it. That's what I would do. Hand in hand with John Wedger if I was a London mayor. But I live in Portsmouth, so ain't going to happen, is it? But that's what the new London mayor should do. So get Sadiq Khan out. Chris Philp MP, Shadow Home Secretary, said the comments by John Wedger are damning. This is yet another example of a cover-up by the police who shut down his investigations into child sexual exploitation in London. So everybody seems to know as well, and Sadiq still gets up in the morning and goes to work. Well, goes and sits down and does something somewhere, helping no one. Sadiq Khan should be leaving no stone unturned to get to the bottom of organised child sex exploitation in London. Instead, he has been facilitating a cover-up. His view was supported by Reform UK MP Lee Anderson, who said it was time for Sadiq Khan to either step down or be removed from office. Yes, I think me and everyone in chat is in full agreement with that statement. We cannot allow the continued destruction of our capital city or its further degradation on the world stage, he added. A grooming gang survivor who suffered abuse in South Yorkshire 20 years ago also hit out at the response from Khan. Mandy, who wishes to remain anonymous, said, wherever there is evidence that grooming gangs either existed or continue to exist, then those in power need to do everything they can to ensure those responsible are hauled before the courts and victims receive the justice they deserve. You'd think that wouldn't even need to be said, wouldn't you? When the government announced the national inquiry earlier this year, it felt like a big move forward. However, this feels like it could yet again be a case of someone in a position of power deliberately looking the other way, just like too many have continued doing for the past 2 decades. Oh, it must be like banging your head against a brick wall. In response to Wedger's claims, a spokesperson for the Met said, our data showed the most prevalent threat to children and young people in London is criminal exploitation, particularly recruitment into county line gangs. However, we are not complacent to other types of exploitation, such as offending by grooming gangs. We also accept this type of crime often goes underreported, and we are working to improve the quality of data we hold to ensure it is sufficiently comprehensive to enable us to make a definitive assessment about the issue. While this work takes place, our priority remains on supporting victims and investigating alleged offences by following the facts and without fear or favour. A spokesperson for the Mayor of London said, these accusations are false, malicious and politically motivated. Oh, that winds you up though, doesn't it? Why would you say that? The Mayor is committed to doing everything in his power to build a safer London, except for looking into grooming gangs or helping anyone with sex crimes. But everyone has always been clear that all violence against women and girls must be treated with the utmost urgency, both by our police and society as a whole. Yet he's doing absolutely nothing and claiming these accusations are false, malicious, and politically motivated. A spokesperson at the council said, "We have not been made aware of these historic allegations. Any concerns of this nature which are raised with us will be taken extremely seriously. Keeping our young children safe from harm has and always will be our number one priority." There you go. I mean, blimey. Don't know what you can say about that. Deborah Suave, thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Is there a petition going around as I would like to sign it? Not that I know of, but they've got obviously here like anonymously submit any information about the gangs or whatever. There's my email address. But no actual or no petition that I am aware of, but I'm not too sure. The guy does not have any respect for women. If he had his wish, he would bring in Sharia's law. Yeah, definitely. I've done a video about Sharia law, and it's nasty. So yeah, definitely. I think that's the way that they want it to go. That's why they want to get in power, maybe, to such like pushing the Sharia law. But England did have the first Sharia court in, I think it was 1982. And I think it's going to be downhill from there. As soon as you allow one Sharia court, they're going to start doing this, that, and everything else. But why do you need a Sharia law in the first place when we have British law? It makes no sense to me. But Sadiq Khan would definitely vote for Sharia law. And believe me, I mean, that's where you literally get your hand chopped off if you're caught stealing. I mean, in 2025, I don't think so. It all belongs back in 700 AD when they tried to come up with this rubbish. But yes, I've said my stuff. See if anyone want to say anything in the chat. But yeah, I think it's disgusting. I'll find another story or two or three for tomorrow. I am live literally all the way through, like Saturday through to Wednesday at 3, and it's Thursday and Friday 7 p.m. But on a Friday, you can come up and have your say on screen, willing to show your face like I am here. Whee! If you want to do that, you can come up and actually have your say, ask any questions or whatever bit of news it is you want to mention. You can come up and say so. I will give the floor to whoever wants to come up live. Like I say, 7 p.m. Friday. And if we get a nice bit of, whatever people getting involved in that, then obviously I can always open up another day, maybe Thursday at 7 or the Saturday at 3 o'clock if people want to, or maybe Sunday 3 o'clock. So I don't know. But at the moment it's Fridays at 7 p.m. You can join the live and come up. But I don't want the logo thing. I want to see people's faces so, we all get to see each other and know each other. Blah, blah, blah. I love what Trump said about him. And Too Quick, his reaction. He's my friend. Yeah. It's pathetic. But I don't understand. Like, I've got a feeling, literally, if there's any justice within the next week or two, 7 to 14 days, Sadiq Khan should be removed or should quit either as London Mayor, because it's literally, it seems that he's the problem in London at the moment. He is the problem. John Wedger there, as you can see on screen, is trying to do his bit. And I don't know, Sadiq Khan to say like, oh, it's being malicious and it's all false. That's, I don't know where Sadiq Khan gets off, but it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I am looking in the comments. I've gone through the 2 articles that I wish to. If you come to this country, change to this country. Don't try to change it for yourself. Exactly. Well, you got to remember that, what is it? There's 52 or 57 Islamic countries they pass on their way to England. Yet they don't stop at any of them. They still come to England and then try to say, right, Sharia law, Sharia courts, Islam is the only true like religion of peace, even though there's been 66,000 Islamic terrorist attacks killing over 250,000 innocent people, which is more than the people in Gaza, by the way. So, you know, they come all this way to be pro-Palestine. They're pushing some agenda and it's getting dangerous. Pro-Palestine action, pro-Islamic terrorism, pro-Islamic ideology. Like, no, 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 no. The United Kingdom needs to stand up and say, like, enough's enough. Like, you know, will be interesting to see how President Trump's visit goes tomorrow. Yeah. I'm live at 3:00, so depending on if anything's going on, will come up. I did get I thought was good. This MAGA activist Laura Loomer demanding Speaker Mike Johnson and Donald Trump take extreme action over the killing of Charlie Kirk, calling for Antifa and the Muslim Brotherhood to be labelled terrorist groups and for the trans pride flag to be banned. That'll be a good start. Welcome, Mark. Thank you for commenting. Knighthood is just a commodity these days. Peers of the realm. Yeah, yeah. Nominate somebody for a knighthood in return for something they want. They almost always get knighted after being nominated. Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I want this, you get that. Happy days. But that it could have been like, oh, you all get a knighthood, but anything to do with grooming gangs, just ignore it. Yeah. Okay, sweet. But Sadiq Khan and Keir Starmer, two people I do not ever use the word sir. Just no. Not saying call him sir or nothing. Jay, thank you for commenting. Welcome. How way they won't get rid of his knighthood. He will be their hero. Yes. You're probably 100% correct. No way they get rid of it. No. It's a shame though, because people like that, you're willing to, you know, ignore something so serious as grooming gangs. Like, why should you have a knighthood? I don't get it. It's annoying, isn't it? Case for Palestine. Let's see how that goes for them if they go there. Yeah, yeah. I kept hearing like chickens for KFC and all that. I mean, made me chuckle. But they don't get it. We got Sharia law in this country. Like, you're not allowed to be gay. You get stoned to death for having an affair. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, buongiorno, Electrodoc. I mentioned you earlier about something. I can't think what it was. Hope you're well. But I think it's when I was talking to Beats and Tapes. Can't think. But yeah, I mean, you're going to go backwards. There's no way England will ever, or the United Kingdom will ever want anything to do with Islam, knowing that, like, why would you kill gays? Oh, you're gay, yeah? Oh, you're sentenced to death. What? That's just ridiculous. And one of the Sharia laws that I remember is like, if you get RAPD, you got to have 4 witnesses or it never happened. And if you ain't got 4 witnesses, but you make that report, you get stoned to death for adultery, even though you're the victim. That's how they treat women. I mean, it's disgraceful. Hand chopped off for stealing. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I think they should, even this country like this, it's quite sinister. People don't realise how sinister it is with the old pride flag, transgender stuff, like there with the grooming gang. It's like just there's so much that's destroying people. It's ridiculous. So yeah, if you're an apostate, Mark, yeah, apostates are killed. Just leaving the Muslim faith is punished by death in Sharia law. So you can imagine what happens if we get Sharia law courts. Yeah, and under Sharia law, I think when the child is 6 years old or older, will always be given to the man. And if you get divorced and your child's 4, when they turn 6, they then go to the man. So it's all against the women. And the man's only got to say, like, he wants a divorce 3 times and he's got it. But a woman's got to bend over backwards, left, right, and centre, and probably will be refused a divorce if she wants it. It's already bad enough. There are Sharia councils, which are just Sharia courts by another name. Yeah, they made a mistake by allowing the Sharia court in 1982. As soon as you got one, that's it. Oh, there's one there, so we can have one here. Oh, there's one there and one there now, so we can have one here. It's a downhill slope. And you know what? The whole ideology of Islam is like, give us a centimetre, we take 68 million miles. I see they start putting their mats around Christian churches and start intimidating and praying there. If you'd done it to a mosque, they'd be running over, like, getting violent. Because I saw it, was it London? They were running down the road with machetes and no one done anything. And if that was anyone else, you would have been shot by the armed response unit. It seems to be one rule for them, another rule for everyone else, because obviously, for some reason, you're Islamophobic. Islamophobe. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't get it. I do not get it. That's all I ever say now, I think. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, I saw a report stating that a woman has to pay more for a divorce in a Sharia council because it takes more effort for her to get a divorce, so it should be against our equality laws. Yeah, they do. They have to pay, like, silly money. I think I read a report that a woman had to pay like 2.5 to 5 grand. She was quoted. I was like, what? Normally it's like 200. So it's all about financial gain as well. So let's just been to the doctors. Oh, you had your MOT, have you, mate? Brum brum. Hopefully you've been on the right fuel, been on the right petrol. So, Tom Anderson, thank you for commenting, thank you for watching. Ant Middleton for London Mayor, get Khan out, Islam out. Yep, yeah. Someone said like Susan Hall, Ant Middleton. They're probably good shouts. And Islam out, definitely. I've always said, like, if I had any type of control anywhere, I'd get rid of all mosques, and I would say in this country you have to denounce Islam as a death cult because it's just incompatible with the West, our life, everything. And I don't know how anyone can actually read a Quran or Hadith and say it's not satanic. And I've even got one. Look, can you see that? Oh, next to me, New Testament, Holy Bible there. But look, I've got the Quran here. I read, and it opens up like the back page you open from the front. It's very strange, but it's quite shocking. It's supposed to be religious texts, believe you me. It doesn't come across that way. It seems the fake Prophet Muhammad that was a PDF was making it up as he went along. Misheard things. There's more mistakes in the Quran than you think. They say, oh, the Quran comes from God. No, it's written by man. Strange. I'm starting to think we should follow some other countries' methods, such as you can't be in government unless you are a national. Yeah, I said earlier, like, if you've got to denounce Islam if you want to be a politician or anything. You need to be a Christian or even Jewish, because they're not forcing everything on you and saying, oh, right now we're in the... Do you know what I mean? But when my brother went to live abroad, he had to learn the language within 1 year. And if any national with the equivalent qualification wanted his job, they would get it. Blimey, yeah. Because is it Hungary? They get fined like £1 million a month or a day or a year or something because they won't allow any Muslims in. And they said, yeah, no worries, we'll pay the fine. So they don't care. Because he said, by doing that, we keep our countrymen and women safe and our kids safe. And you think, well, yeah. So I'll go with that. But on 4 stones, I'll cut down on my Weetabix from 10 to 8, I reckon. Yeah, that could do a lot of difference, isn't it? Slim, good evening. Good evening, Slim. Welcome to what's now sort of the end stage of the. I started at 3, mate. What's up with you? No, not really. Well, I did. I started at 3, but when my friend went to live in Iceland, he had to arrange for a job and place to live before they would accept him. Oh, so he couldn't go down on a rubber dinghy then and get a 4-star hotel and a free mobile phone? How's that work? That's crazy. That's exactly how it should be. But I think the United Kingdom needs to just stop everything with the borders. They need to stop all the money going abroad, everything. And they need to like look at this country, see where the money needs to go, put the money there. Boom. Hello, everybody. Um, yeah, stop all the money going abroad. Stop that. Ban Islam. Look at the NHS, the police, and everything else that needs to be looked at. Get everything tickety-boo. Make sure there's no cost of living crisis. Make sure we're not being ripped off for gas and electric. Because they said the Ukraine and Russian war accepted our gas and electric, and that's why it's all gone up. And then they say, oh no, it's because we're trying to go green. Because, believe me, I think we get like 4% from Russia or something. So it's not exactly going to cause gas bills to go up like £28 million, is it? But no, it's to do with the green stuff. But we don't even need to go green because our carbon emissions are literally negligible compared to everyone else. But look up our constitutional rights, 1689. You'll find it's within our rights as no foreign entity is allowed in power. Oh, is that right? Wow. I never knew that, geese. I do now. People come here, no passport, simple. Answer where you're from, plane back to that country. Yep. Yeah, I was saying that, Kev. I was literally saying, like, what you want to do is when they come to this country, put them straight on a boat and take them back to the shores of France. And then France can get them from there and take them back to wherever they come from, like coming into France, wherever they came from, put them back there. Then that country can then grab them and then, do you know what I mean? Like domino, and then we'll go back. And then eventually they'll be like, there's no point. But we're like, you know, if you're on holiday and you lose your passport, you've got one serious headache. But no, you can just get on a dinghy and come in England and get a 4-star hotel, mobile phone, money each week. I assume you get clothing allowance. You don't have to worry about rent or nothing. Do you know what I mean? Living the dream. And then we're in a cost of living crisis. To stop all benefits for migrants, in my opinion, yeah, they should. They should be. You shouldn't be eligible for any benefits if you come from abroad until you've worked for a certain amount of time. Do you know what I mean? Say, like, you know, you come here, got a job, and you've been working, then you sort of lose your job after, say, 5 years. Then why not? You've been paying tax for 5 years, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, levels itself out or whatever. But yeah, you can't just come in and start claiming. They should be like, no, you can't do that. You need to get a job, end of. If they're fleeing war, they should be happy living in a converted barracks with some basic meals provided and a curfew. Yeah, of course they would. I'll tell you something, Mark. That's too simple. But yeah, I mean, you're fleeing war. You'll be happy with anything. And then, you know, they could learn. You could like give them a Bible so they can understand what it's like for a Christian country. Watch some documentaries or something. They should have some sort of thing where they can learn about our customs and this and that and see what, you know. Excuse me. And if they turn around and say, no, but I'm Islam, so, well, there's a boat there, you can go then. Oh, no, but I'm going to be persecuted. Find a different country. Back to France. Simple solution, no more boats. Exactly, Kev. Exactly. Just no more boats. End of. Stop the Germans coming over and the World War. Can't even stop a couple of dinghies now. Not many people in power know this. It's been educated out of the system, but yes, it's law which exists. Yeah, that'd be quite interesting to someone actually use that. But then, I mean, would they then be called some sort of like powerphobe, Islamophobe, and this and oh, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, yeah. Do you think it really would be that hard to stop the boats? Because as soon as a boat comes, they get off the boat, get onto another boat, and take them back to France. Or they'll get loaded onto a coach, straight to the airport, get loaded on an aeroplane, and straight back to France. And then the French authorities get them, put them on an aeroplane, and take them back to wherever it is they come from. Don't know. But I don't. I just don't get anyone like, I want to go in the UK for a better life, and when they get here, they're like, right, well, I want Sharia law. Oh, you're not allowed to have dogs as pets because we don't like them. Oh, you got to wear the burqa. What? It's United Kingdom. Come on. What's up with these people? I don't get it. I don't get it, mate. So I'm keeping an eye on the chat there. I've said all I want to say. I've done my bit for the World of Verbal Diary, but I'll have to hunt down some stories, see what's going on, ready for tomorrow at 3 p.m. So if you're about at 3 p.m. onwards, then pop in, jump in the chat, have your say. I do try to read all of them and get them up on screen because obviously where YouTube likes to shadow ban me as well. It's a blooming nightmare. But yeah, I do try to see as many of your comments and get them up on screen because like I want you to feel like you're a part of it. So, oh, here we go. It doesn't take long. Why do racists hate Khan? They're not racists, are they? You're going to say they're Islamophobes because Khan's crap at his job. He's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Khan is actually, you could say Khan's a racist. Anything and everything Islam, not a problem. Anything in support of the fake paedophile prophet, yep, we'll go with that. But anything actually with the country he lives in that's Christian or anything, he don't want to know. So, have a good evening, Slim. Stay safe, stay healthy. Stay you. People should call their dogs Mohammed. That'll pee him off. I'll tell you what, Kev. You got to Google it or YouTube it. Unless you've actually got it from here and you've already seen it. But there is a video. A bloke walks up to one of the tables where they give out the Qurans free of charge and everything. So free toilet paper. Happy days. And he turns around and he says, oh, we've been looking at this and that. And he goes, I did call my dog Muhammad. And this Muslim reaches over, grabs him and that and tries to start pulling him, attacking him and that. Yeah, he went mental. So, yeah, call your dog Mohammed. So, yes, we shall meet again. I'm live every day at 3, Thursdays and Fridays at 7. So, if you're ever about Slim, jump on in, mate. Jump on in. Right, I missed someone then. Mark. I missed Mark. I am pretty sure Islamic law that any land they hold says in perpetuity. So, would we get more attacks as they try to reclaim ex-mosques? Yeah, they just they take everywhere, don't they? Even like Jewish places and that, they just build on top of it. They just take it, and then apparently it's theirs forever. If we eventually manage to deport them anyway, if they're supposed to be, first one was gone, and no legal things come in. Oh, stop. So I take it Barak is a Muslim. He prays to a paedophile prophet, everyone, who walks around covered in semen. Why are whites easily programmed got told who to like and who to hate? Before it's blacks and now it's Muslims. No, they don't get told who to like and who to hate. You read this. Have you ever read that? Have you ever read that, Barak? That's got to be the biggest load of crap you could ever read. It makes 0 sense, but it's from God. What? Makes 0 sense, but it's from God? Well, it can't be from God. God knows what he's doing, and he knows what he's talking about. But this is toilet paper. This for this to make sense, you got to read the hadiths. You got to read the Bible. How stupid's that? Oh, yeah. So the Quran, like that's a nice copy. That is. If it wasn't, I'd rip the page out and start eating it. So, but they claims to every yeah, they do. They literally they do claim to everything, don't they? So, but yeah, you see some speakers corner, but that's their problem. Doesn't matter, does it? But more people are actually becoming apostates and actually going to Islam, so it doesn't matter as long as these people keep leaving. It's all good. Like I say, you got a paedophile prophet. I mean, he married a 6-year-old and consummated the marriage with her when she was 9. Aisha used to have to scrape semen off his clothes before he went to prayer. I mean, blimey heck. And Muhammad had a male lover. It's funny how Islam hates gays, kills gays, but Muhammad is gay. Oh! I generally don't like people who engage in acid attacks, terrorist attacks, knife fights, and just attack people who never offended them. Yeah, there's no reason for that. So, makes no sense. What do you call a Muslim with a slice of bacon on his head? Hammed. What do you call a Muslim with a Muslim? What do you call a Muslim with a Muslim with 2 slices of bacon on his head? Mohammed. Was Joseph a PDF when he married Mary? No, he wasn't. No, she was not 12. You muppet. If it's not trying to say, oh, Rebecca was like 3 years old when Isaac married her, when bearing in mind Rebecca was carrying massive jugs of water to water the camels. Barak, you're talking rubbish. You need to put your evidence up because there isn't any. There's literally nowhere in the Bible that tells you, or anywhere, that like Mary was 12. What an idiot. It has nothing to do with religion. If you engage in these random acts of violence, then I'm against you. Yeah, that's it. Like terrorism just happens to be Islamic terrorism. Do you know what I mean? How many Jewish terrorism attacks? How many Christian terrorism attacks? So it's crazy. I'm not too sure how old Mary was, the Virgin Mary, but she was not 12. So no, Barak, you're lying. Can you prove it? Prove it. Because like I can say Muhammad was a pedo because he married a 6-year-old girl and consummated the marriage when she was 9. I'll say go to Sahih al-Bukhari 5134. There it is. There's your proof. But there's anywhere that says that Mary was 12. So you're talking out your backside. There you go. A little message for you, Barrett. You ain't got no chance. $1,500 away from his first Electrolux. Yep. Have a day to study that. Barrack must have been there. Yeah. Barrack, your mum says go to bed. Barrack, Christians since they started terrorism when they started jumping off ships in Africa and other continents. Jumping off a ship is terrorism. Who knew? Don't jump off a ship. It's terrorism. So, no, Islam. The reason why the East is what it is. Have a look. He don't even understand his own religion of Islam and the paedophile prophet. It was Mecca and Medina. In Mecca, then to Medina. And then anything else that became Islamic was through what? Genocide, ethnic cleansing. It's funny how Israel has a population of 2 million Muslims, but you can go to any Islamic country and there's like zero Jews. It's like 0.1%. They just get rid of them, ethnically cleanse them. So Muhammad was actually a warlord, not a prophet. And he went round the whole of the East, literally destroying everything and everywhere. That's the only reason Islam spread, through war. And the reason why they hate Jews is because when Muhammad decided to try and lie to the Jews and make out like, he's a prophet, they laughed at him. They're like, shut up, mate. Talking rubbish. So he's like, oh, Jews. So yeah. So Barak, you're following Satan's teachings. Like I say, look, you can't bull me, mate. No BS. I got the Quran, read it. It's full of crap. Doesn't even make sense. Have you ever read it? If you're out there and you've read it, tell me, like, here, there, and everywhere. Oh. That's funny as. That's funny as. Is his last name Obama? Barack Obama? I'd love to know why you actually follow Islam when it makes zero sense. So did it not bother you that Muhammad married a 6-year-old? That's crazy. But anyway, what can I say? It's funny, they get all defensive. All out over Sadiq Khan because he's trying to force his Islamic narrative on people. That's what they're like. They bully and they come out with lies. They say, oh, Rebecca's 3 and Mary was 12 and all this rubbish. And you're like, well, look up. Look it up. But obviously, Mary was a virgin. But anyway. Well, we got through that, didn't we, people? Happy days. But what is today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday today, isn't it? Oh, I'm losing my days. So it's Wizard Wednesday tomorrow. Happy days. Just invented it. Wizard Wednesday. I'll be live at 3 o'clock. I don't know what the subject matter will be. Obviously, I need to see what's going on in the world, see what's going on in the news. Is there any things that you want to discuss or anything like that? Once this live has ended, get down in the comments below. Not in the live chat. Comments below. Put up whatever it is that's on your mind, whatever you want me to look at, and I will do. I do. If I get comments, I read every single one. I'll always like them and that. Unless it's a dig, unless someone's being nasty, obviously, then I'll just ignore it. But yeah, anything you want to, any sort of story that pops up and you think, oh yeah, mention that in the live, then let me know in the comments. Happy days. Yeah, so that's Sadiq Khan sorted. Like, at least everyone agrees that he needs to go. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible what he's doing. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am done for today. It's been a pleasure. Thank you all in the chat. It's been great. It's getting to know you all and seeing what you think and everything. It's brilliant. So, yes, definitely Trump is on the cards. Yes, you're right there. Beats and tapes, yep. It's going to be quite a big story, so we're all going to have to jump on it and have our say, aren't we? Of course we are. So, bought, not read it because it was cheaper than toilet paper. Bought it, not read it, yeah. That's the Quran. I call it the crap. Maybe discuss the UK's behaviour towards Trump visits. Even if you don't like the man, he is still a leader of a country and all leaders of country deserve respect. Exactly that. I originally, many years ago, didn't even know Trump, whatever. I didn't even know who he was, what he'd done and all that, and I had to look into it. But he's not like really that bad as what people make out. I don't know what's wrong with people, but I've come to the conclusion that even in London or in Keir Starmer's position, we'd do quite well to have someone like Trump. He makes a lot of changes, and I like the fact that he banned all the woke stuff. I thought, yes, that's how you do it. DEI is dangerous. You should have a job. Don't care what colour you are, what sex you are, what sexuality you got. If you can do the job, you get the job. It's as simple as that. That's how we should all be. So, but yes, yes, Trump is not the problem. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. So, yeah, what's Wednesday tomorrow? I just said that, didn't I? Oh, my brain. So we'll be live at 3 o'clock again tomorrow, ladies and gents. It's obviously going to be about Trump. That will be probably what's discussed. So, yeah, well, I'll do it. I can actually put something up so people can come up on screen. I don't know how I'll do a phone in, but I can have people come up on screen. Do you know what I mean? Because I had Electrodoc was up the other day. Normally it's Fridays at 7, but I mean, yeah, depending on how we go with Trump and that, like, say we're talking about him tomorrow, depending on how many people's here and that, then yeah, if people want to say something, I can always post up a link that you click and then you come into the back end of this StreamYard and I can put you on screen like this and you can go, hey. So yeah, you could join me up here on screen if you wish. So that may be an option tomorrow. If people say in the chat and say, oh, yeah, no, I'll come up and have a say, then yeah, do that. I'll get my headphones on, listen to you, and have you say, ask any questions or whatever. We can have a chin wag. If that's what you want to do, then we can always do that. It's not a problem. I'm open. Because I like to know what other people think. It's not all about me and my verbal diarrhea, is it? So yeah, so let me know tomorrow if you're in the chat or something, you want to say something. Say, you know, can I come up? You got to be willing to show your face. I don't want no logos and that because obviously I want to see who's speaking and everything. Keep it all legit because some people do come up and say silly things, silly things, and then disappear quickly. So as long as you're willing to show your face and you want to have a say about, say, Donald Trump tomorrow, then yeah, I'm more than happy to put up a link for you to follow and come up and have your say. Yeah, just ask. But I will remember and put that up tomorrow and say, like, if you want to come up, I have got a banner somewhere that I say that you can jump up and that. But yeah, I'm more than happy to open it up. Don't have to be just Fridays. So it's been quite good with the amount of people watching. So yes, Kev, I hear you, son. I hear you. So happy days. But thank you everyone for watching. It's been a pleasure. It's been great to have you all in the chat. Kev, Mark, Slim, Electrodoc, even Barak. And there was Mark, Lisa, and everyone else. Whoever's in the, if I haven't mentioned your name, I apologise. But thank you all for watching. It's been a great live today. We'll be back at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And then on Thursday and Friday, 7 p.m. Happy days. But yeah, if you want to talk about Trump tomorrow, join me at 3 p.m. And I will probably put a link up if you want to come up and have a chat. We'll do that. Why not? So yes, in the words of Beats and Tapes, until next time, happy days. So live the dream, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, obviously. Happy days, it all helps. Thanks, Mark. Yep, take it easy, and yeah, I'll be up for probably. I normally go for like hour and a half. Am saying that? It's only 2 hours now, so you know, so 3 till 5 or something like that, mate. So yeah, so you're back from hospital. Hope you're well. Take it easy, Graham. Yes, that's a name I forgot. Thanks, Graham and Mark, Kev. Take it all easy. But for now, that is the wizard's words.